Okay, so it's New Year's Day 2026. I thought I'd do something different. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a tarot reading for every sign, okay, every star sign. What this is going to look like is I'm going to tell you what you need to clear, right, what you need to complete, and what you need to create. And what you need to clear is what do you need to get out of your system? Okay, what do you need to say goodbye to? What do you need to complete means what do you need to actually finish up? Okay, and what you need to create is what's new for you. So what do you need to clear? What do you need to complete? What do you need to create? Okay. So I'm going to draw three cards. Now, this is something I haven't actually done before, but I've set the intention. I set the intention basically that if you want and you identify with your sun sign, if you identify with your ascendant or your rising sign, or if you identify with your moon sign, whichever one you identify with, you can take the guidance that I'm about to give, okay, for 2026. So let's make magic happen, hey? This is all part of my new desire to include more play. So I'm literally um, being playful as I'm going to do this, right? I'm really excited about it. It's New Year's Day. And I thought, what a way to start. Um, let's see if we can share some really cool insights for you guys. Okay. So, what I'm going to do firstly, I'm going to put my keyboard down. So, I've got the maximum amount of space. I've got myself watered. I've got a cup of coffee here. Let me just move that watch out the way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the focus on me and just three cards. Now, I'm going to be shuffling. I'm going to be reversing. I'm clearing my desk, getting this on lifetime, right? And as I shuffle and as I reverse, I will start with each sign of the zodiac, and there'll be major arcana, there'll be minor arcana. I'll do an intuitive and a logical read on this, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, we're going to have a lot of fun. If you want some more insight around this, and you like something more personal, just let me know, and we'll organize a time where I can do a big session with you. This is targeted towards people who are running businesses, people who are entrepreneurial, maybe even if you want to start a business, because that's my area of expertise is to bring intuition and deep science into business. So it's all normalized because those three can work together just so powerfully. I'm really excited about that. So as you can see, I'm just shuffling and reversing. It's really interesting. I just dropped two queens, a queen of wands and the queen of pentacles. One's reversed. What does that mean? Interesting. Well, I haven't picked a star sign yet, but maybe that's a message for me. The Queen of Wands is about someone who is about to channel their emotions and their passions together. They're able to lead, they're able to dominate in a beautiful way, and they're very deeply intuitive. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who's nurturing, and reversed means that she's kind of lost that nurture and has become a bit too, well, she's become a bit too emotional and less pragmatic about what she needs to do. It's a very interesting card. Um, in that, she's lost her sense of nurture. Very interesting. I've got two queens that follow there. I wonder what that means. Anyway, let's start. I've got water, so I'll just quickly have a sip. And that'll be better than me just coughing up a lung. Okay, here we go. All right. So I'm going to start with the kind of sign that we're in, which is a sign of Capricorn. Okay. So in the sign of Capricorn, I'm going to draw three cards. What do we need to clear? What do we need to complete? And what do we need to create for 2026? So just a simple three card. 2, 3. Okay. Let's have a look. I'm going to pop these down over here. So you should be able to see. Just put it back a little bit. I'll do a bit of a flip up. So these are just three cards. What do you need to clear? What do you need to complete? What do you need to create for 2026? So Capricorns, let's have a look. First thing is the Knight of Cups. Okay, Knight of Cups reversed. The Knight of Cups has come up reversed in this sense. Okay, so basically what we're talking about here, someone's feeling maybe a little bit down. So Capricorn, if you're feeling a little bit down, you feel like you kind of lost that emotional drive into what you need to do, it's time to now clear that up. It's time to clear that out of your system, right? What we want to do is we want to balance your passions. We want to balance your emotions. Okay. We want to be able to use our emotions to drive us forward rather than being exhausted by them. Okay. Because what we've got over here is the Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight of Cups upright. Someone who's just gently walking forward as he's offering a cup. Okay. The cup symbolizes emotion. The knights represent the passionate side of the four suits. So a beautiful card. And upside down just means, okay, it's been testing times, right? It's been an emotional drain. It's kind of burnt you out a little bit. It's time to, you know, rein in those emotions. It's time to use those to drive us forward. So you need to clear out any negativity from your life. You need to clear out anything that might be draining you from your life right now. It might be time to cut people, cut objects, cut, clients, whatever it may be, out of your life and your business. Okay. So that's what you need to clear. What we need to complete is this. It's the Three of Wands reverse. Okay. Upright the Three of Wands is look, let's just reflect. Let's have a look at the growth that we've accomplished. Let's really enjoy what we've experienced. Okay. Reverse is that you haven't been really taking the time to enjoy the experiences. You're always about moving the next step and the next step and the next step. So look, make a decision. Make a decision whether you're going to move, make a decision whether you're going to stay where you are. But what you need to do is you need to be able to rein in those experiences and actually make a firm decision to actually enjoy it. Okay. Make a firm decision that you're going to enjoy everything that you've experienced. So, in doing that, by enjoying it, you're actually giving yourself completion in your life. And so, for 2026, take a moment to enjoy, but take an active decision that you're going to sit back and enjoy everything that life has brought you. Actively sit there, actively reflect upon it, enjoy the achievements, enjoy the growth before you move to that next level. Okay. Capricorn, what you need to create, it's the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups has come upright. So for you, 2026 brings emotional fulfillment. Okay. Someone who's got it all and is ready to share it, someone who's ready to give their fulfillments. So this is a time for you to create more emotional fulfillment in your life. This is a time for you to put those emotions out there on display. So for you, this is very much a year of feeling. This is a year of you using your emotions to push yourself forward, right? You need to feel. I want you to feel. And I want you to trust some of your intuitions too. Okay. You may not be used to it because it's not hard data and fact. And that's okay. Sometimes what you feel is relevant, is important, and needs to be validated. So for you, you need to put things which fulfill you emotionally. You need to pursue things and create things that give you emotional happiness and joy and bliss, enthusiasm, and a love of life. Okay. But things that give you that emotional fulfillment, that's what you've got to look for. So Capricorn, that's for you. Okay. So when we look at what we've got over here, you've got the Knight of Cups reversed to clear. You've got the Three of Wands to complete, reversed. Okay. And the Nine of Cups to create. Good work. Okay, good. So we're going to go on to now the next sign of the zodiac, which is Aquarius. So I'm just going to put these cards back in. And because we're dealing with a new sign, remember, you can, if you identify this with your moon, if you identify this with your ascendant, if you identify this with your house, your birth sign, your sun sign, then either is fine. Either of those three is fine. Okay. Whatever you identify with most, use that one. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm reversing it again because Aquarius, you're a new person. You're not a Capricorn. You're a new person. So this is going to have a different lesson for you. Okay. So, oops. What's fallen out is the the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the five in the major arcana. So, okay, it's about higher learning. It's about surrender. It's about getting disciplined in your spiritual growth. Okay. That's a change which is taking place and it requires discipline, it requires adherence, and it requires surrender. Okay. A lot of growth happening at a spiritual level for you. So that's what's happening around you. That's what that card for that means. Now, what do we need to clear? What do we need to complete? And what do we need to create? Good. Aquarius, this is for you. Let's have a look. Okay. So what you need to clear is the Five of Cups. Five of Cups shows sadness, shows grief, shows basically loss emotionally. Things that have made you feel sad, okay, needs to be cleared out of your system. Okay. Emotionally, you need to let that stuff go. Okay. Emotionally, you need to understand that what you've lost is what you've lost. Grieve it, feel it, don't ignore it, but also understand that you've got two cups behind you that are full, that have not been knocked over, where there's three in front of you have spilled. Okay. The contents have gone. You've spilled, you've lost it. Acknowledge that. Be with it. Be present to that. Okay. So the Five of Cups is emotional changes taking place, which means you need to grieve what you're about to let go. Okay. Complete what you have been trying to let go, grieve it, and then use that to move yourself forward. Use that as inspiring change. Okay. The second card, what do you need to complete? Okay. Is the Magician reversed. Okay. Upright, the Magician reversed is someone who is able to put their desires into action and manifest and create. Okay. He is using the power of heaven to channel it to earth, to ground it, right? Reversed is someone who's quite ungrounded, right? Someone who's unable to manifest. And what they need to do is they need to learn the lesson of self-trust, of taking the leap of faith. Okay. So what you need to complete in your life right now for 2026 is that lack of trust, that lack of faith, right? That lack of faith in something higher, that lack of trust in yourself. So the lesson here is trust. Take the leap of faith. Go for it, right? It's really important for you to do that. Okay. So that's what you need to complete. The thing that you have been resisting, that faith, that lack of trust, that trust that you need in your life. Complete the story behind that, that what stopped you. Make your peace with the universe and God, right? Make your peace with yourself. Okay. And start trusting, start having faith and taking that leap. What you need to create for 2026, right, is the Queen of Swords upside down. Upright, the Queen of Swords is someone who has used emotions, who's used her thoughts for deep clarity and to power forward and to rule. She directs her thoughts. As you can see, she's directing with her hand. She has got an upright sword, which shows that her thoughts can be her best friend or worst enemy. She just knows how to guide it. Her head is above the clouds with a single bird there, which represents singularity of thought. Upside down, all right? What you need to create is a sense of balancing those emotions, right, with your thoughts, balancing what you think is right with what you know is right. Because at the moment, if you don't balance them out, then you're going to let your emotions overrun. So for you in 2026, it's about balancing heart and mind. Okay. That needs balance for you, right? That needs deep balance for you. So you should go ahead and do that. Okay. So Aquarius, that's you. Okay. Well done. Okay. Let's move on to Pisces. Okay. So you guys are getting something really cool out of this. I hope you're enjoying this. So here's what we're going to do. Pisces, we're going to shuffle. We're going to reverse. Okay. Shuffle. Reverse if you're in a process. It's because life is never straightforward when you enter into it. The year is never straightforward when you enter into it, right? So this is what we're doing. In your business, okay, and in your life, this is how you do life, is how you do business. Let's have a look. Pisces, what do you need to complete? Or so what do you need to clear? What do you need to complete? What do you need to create? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, 3 cards. What you need to clear, Pisces, is Temperance reversed. Okay, Temperance upright. Beautiful, beautiful card of balance. It's a beautiful card of, when you have a look at it, it's the angel with the third eye open, right? The angel is between earth and water, okay, which symbolizes balancing the emotions with the practical life, okay. It's showing the element of air. He's in the air. He's flying and is in the air. He's got his wings out, okay, which represents, mastery over the mind, okay, because the air is the element of the mind, okay. And you can see emotions going from high to low. So it's about tempering the emotions. It's about balancing them out. So it's a beautiful card of balance. It's a beautiful card of learning. It's a beautiful card of teaching. It's a beautiful card of opening up to new experiences. Okay. This is card number 14. Okay. So card number 14 in the major arcana shows that there's a deep spiritual shift happening in your life. Reverse, it means that there's an imbalance. You need to clear the imbalance out of your life. You need to accept the transformations that are coming through into your life right now. Okay. So those transformations were going to be spiritual shifts. They're deep, they're important, they're necessary. Okay. So accept those transformations, clear away those things that are imbalancing you, because those things are stopping that transformation to taking place. Okay. You might need to get away in order to clear these away. You might need to get some space. Take that space. Do what you got to do. Okay. But accept the transformations that are coming through in your life. Learn the lesson of accepting those transformations, that transformations are inevitable. Okay. And understand that, clear away those things that have been holding you, that you've been holding on to, that have kept you imbalanced. Okay. What you need to complete is the moon reversed. The moon upright is face your emotions, face what's under the surface. You can see a dog and a wolf, and you can see a crab under the surface of your mind, on the surface of your emotions, right? You need to face those things, right, at a spiritual level. Okay. So what you're clearing right now is very spiritual. You've got the moon reversed. The moon reversed means, hey, look, you know what? You're not quite doing that just now. In order for you to complete what you've got to complete, you've got to accept that you need to start with a clean, fresh state. You need to learn the lesson of being in a cathartic place, okay? Which means you may need to cry those tears. You may need to feel those feelings. You may need to let those things go, okay? Bring those to completion by digging deep, because right now you're not. There's a bit of avoidance. So you need to go into that and actually get that complete. Go below the surface. Don't just look at what you're feeling. Go into the why, go into the cause, go into the root of what's actually making you feel a particular way. This is super, super important, right? So again, spiritual shifts for you, okay? You've got Temperance, which is a very spiritual card. You've got the Moon Reverse, which is a spiritual card, okay? So what you need to do to complete it is go back and give yourself a fresh start, right? And to do that, you need to learn that you need catharsis. You need a fresh beginning. And from that fresh beginning, then can you create, or can you dig deeper under the surface and explore those things that are haunting you, those things that have held you back, those things that you are scared of. Okay. So let's have a look now. What do we need to create for 2026? And what we've got is the King of Swords reversed. I feel like the King of Swords is someone who is clear minded, can manage a couple of things here and there, and practically takes action. He rests his sword over his shoulder. He doesn't need to fight, but he can be ready. Okay. He's sitting on a throne. You can see two birds there, which shows he's only managing a couple of things at a time. He's stoic, he's clear, right? He knows what he's going to do, and he's practical about the way he thinks. He applies his thinking practically. Reversed, okay, means that what's happening is that there's a bit of imbalance in the way you're taking action. So what you need to create is ways in which you can overcome procrastination, overcome delay, okay, and overcome over analytical thinking. So stop over analyzing, stop overthinking. What you need to do is create a way for you to go ahead and take action. Okay, so that's what we've got for you, Pisces. Okay, good work. Let's have a look at Aries, right? Aries. So again, we're going to reverse, going to shuffle. Okay. Right. And Aries, what do you need to clear? What do you need to complete? What do you need to create? Okay, let's have a look. Your three cards, Aries, what you need to clear is the Five of Wands. Okay. Five of Wands talks about changing the way you experience things, the way you do things, changing the way you're driven things forward. Your energy at the moment is very scattered. It looks like, if you look at this card, it looks like people trying to whack each other with sticks. Now, what it is they're just trying to put those sticks up, but they're getting in each other's way. In the same way, you're getting in your own way. Your energy is too scattered. So you need to clear that scattered energy out. You need to declutter yourself from an energy level, from an experience level, from an enthusiasm level. Try not to take too much on. You may want to do so many different things, but now is a way to start prioritizing and clearing things out. So you need to make a change around that. Change is never pleasant. It's never easy, but part of that change means getting rid of the scattered energy. Okay. So clear that out of your system. What you need to complete. This is a card of the Nine of Pentacles, right? It's a beautiful card. This lady in the Nine of Pentacles is a queen in her own right. She's a very abundant person. So what you need to complete for yourself is the ability to be, those conversations you've been having with yourself, that you don't have what it takes, that you don't have everything just now, that you just need a little bit more. In fact, you've got everything that you need. Okay. So you need to come to terms with the fact that you are complete as you are. You have everything that you need. So complete the conversation. right? Get rid of these ideas that you don't have enough, that you're not enough, and understand the fact that you are full, you're abundant, and you have the wealth inside of you. You have the resources inside of you. And all you need to do is, like this lady's holding a falcon on her arm, okay, on her hand. You need to send that falcon out, guide your mind, send your mind into where you need to go, and then take action, and you will see the results. Okay. So your completion, right, is to get the conversation out of your head that you don't have enough and that you are not enough. Okay. In fact, you are everything and then some. Okay. Aries, what you need to create for 2026 is the Emperor reversed. Okay. The Emperor upright is someone who is the King of Kings. Is someone who is, underneath you see he's wearing armor. He's got his robes. He's holding the Ankh, eternal life. He's seated on a stone throne looking out on his empire. The Emperor is always ready at any time to defend what's important to him. Okay. What is happening over here is a sense that that level of fire and that power and that confidence seems to be lacking. So what you need to create for yourself is the confidence. What you need to create for yourself is reignite that passion, reignite that fire. And the way to do that, the lesson that you need to learn is by going back and having faith and learning the lessons from someone who can guide you. So seek guidance. Okay. Every emperor has wise counsel. You need to find that wise counsel. In fact, this is your card, Aries. Okay. This is your card. It's a powerful card. Okay. But it's reversed, which means that your 2026 is about reigniting that spark and setting ablaze to, your heart so that you can go things with that passion, that fire in your heart. And it comes from seeking guidance, a higher spiritual guidance. Okay. From a higher spiritual guide. Okay. Find that person, find that source of guidance, whether it's your own guides, whether it's your own spirit, and go forth. Okay. Take the learnings and use that to reignite your fire. So that's what you need to create for 2026. Good work, Aries. There we go. Let's have a look at Taurus. Okay. So Taurus, whether you're a sun, whether you're a moon, whether it's your ascendant. Okay. Let's have a look at what you've got, Taurus. Let's have a look at what we got for you. So Taurus, what does Taurus need to clear? What do they need to complete? What do they need to create? So Taurus, here's what you need to clear away. What you need to clear away is the Four of Wands reversed. Four of Wands upright, okay, is that feeling of, you can see people, with bouquets of flowers in their hands, and it's like they're celebrating their castle. And it's like the four walls, okay, the four pillars, and, the canopy over the top. It's like, you're in a place where you need to take a rest and consolidate your energy, okay? Reverse is that your energy is a little bit dispersed. Again, okay, your energy is not ready to be consolidated. In fact, what you need to do first and foremost is to recognize that before you go and try and consolidate your energy, before you try and bring that together, is to recognize what you have achieved. Okay. It's to recognize that the things that you've been passionately chasing, how they've come to fruition. Go out and observe them, pay some time and attention to it, right? Give it the reflection it deserves. So this is a card saying that you need to learn how to reflect upon all your achievements, okay, before you decide to bring that energy together and take that next step forward. So you need to clear out old things, right, by acknowledging them, by reflecting upon them, okay? And the old passions, those old things that you're looking to achieve for yourself, look at what you actually have achieved. Don't look at what you haven't got, because that tends to be what you're doing right now, right? Look at what you have accomplished. Reflect upon what you haven't, but don't focus on those, right? You need wins to push you forward. So focus on those things that you have accomplished and those wins. This is all part of your journey. And once you've done that, then you can bring your energy together, because right now, your energy is kind of where, what have I done? What have I got to show for what I've done? So you need to give yourself that time to see what you've done, so you know what you've got to show for it. Okay, what you need to complete. This is a beautiful card. The Eight of Wands is a card of pure flow. Okay, your mind, which is represented by the clear sky, the earth, which represents your resources and your physical surroundings, the water, which is the lake over here, which represents your emotions, and your passions, right? Your energy, which is represented by these eight free falling wands. It's all about being in flow. So what you need to complete for yourself is things that are stopping you from being in flow, and tap into more of that. Accept the fact that when you're in the zone, when you're in the flow, you need to complete those things that have kept you in the flow and create new things for yourself. Okay. So complete those things, right? Which means basically finish those tasks that have kept you in the flow. because the next chapter is about to start. That next chapter is what you need to create for yourself. Funny if we've got the Five of Wands reversed, okay? Five of Wands upright, what you need to create for yourself, right, is these energies that are being dispersed, right? These energies that we've spoken about this card before, the energies that are scattered, okay? It's time to create, okay? The feeling of settlement. It's time to create for yourself, Taurus, new passions, new drives, and celebrate is what's coming through. Celebrate. So learn what it is that it is to be still. Learn what it is to stop acting, okay? And create for yourself moments of stillness and celebration of your victories. What's really good over here, okay? This is a year of new experiences. This is a year of new passions for you, Taurus. You've got three cards, which are ones. You've got the 4 reversed, you've got the 8 and the 5 reversed, okay? So the ones indicate the drives and the passions of life. And 2026 is going to be filled with passion for you. And it's very practical things that you can do. So because you're a very practical person. So it's very much things that you can latch onto and take into that next level. Good work. Okay. Good work, Taurus. Okay. Here we go. We're halfway through now. Gemini. Let's have a look at Gemini. Okay. Let's have a look at what you've got, Gemini. Okay. What does Gemini need to complete? Well, what does Gemini need to clear? Cards come out. What does Gemini need to complete? Or what does Gemini need to create for 2026? Okay. Let's have a look. So Gemini, your first card is the Ace of Wands reversed. Okay. The Ace of Wands reversed shows just, there's been a few things that you've been wanting to start, but you've been carrying a lot on your plate. Okay. Ace of Wands upright shows that you're ready to start something new, a new passion, a new drive. There's a lot of fire, a lot of desire. Okay. And the desire to want to start something new has been delayed because you've got a lot on your plate right now. It's time to clear things off your plate. That's what the Ace of Wands says. Clear things off your plate before you start something new. What you need to complete for yourself, okay, is the moon upright. The new moon upright for you is about going deeper within yourself, going beyond your mind, and going to the unconscious level of the mind. Okay. And what you need to complete is those things that you haven't looked at for a long time, those things that are probably a bit too emotional for you. You need to face those emotions, because once you face those emotions, once you complete what needs to be completed, right? Once you've brought things to a completion, then they're ready to be cleared away, right? Once you've completed analyzing, or not even analyzing, maybe just going deep and feeling those emotions, those fears, specifically the fears, okay? Face those fears, then the spiritual growth will happen for you. It's a powerful card, okay? It's a powerful card, but also a bit of a warning is that, hey, unchecked, that can really play in your mind. Those unchecked emotions can really affect your mind. And we know, Gemini, that your mind is one of your greatest tools. So what you need to do is feel what you got to feel. Okay. Don't be scared of it. And then that'll give you more clarity. What you need to create for yourself, this is powerful. What you need to create for yourself is, again, okay, is about the balance of emotions and mind. Sometimes what you know is right and what you feel is right may be taking you in two different directions. You need to harmonize. So once you have completed, okay, once you've unburdened, which is the clearing away, once you've completed that reflection period, what you need to then do is you need to harness your emotions, harness your minds, and step forward. You need to start trusting your intuition, Taurus. Okay. Sorry, Gemini. You need to start trusting your intuition a lot more. You're very logical. You're very thinking. Okay. You're very analytical. It's time to trust that your mind and your heart can work together there, Gemini. Okay. It's really, really important. So use your intuition. And if you want to look at the structure of intuition, okay, there's a very scientific way to explain it. Okay. Hit me up if you want to know how intuition is actually structured. I'll explain it to you. But here's what you've got to do. Trust your intuition. Be guided by your emotions and rein in your thoughts. Okay. Your thoughts and your emotions need to work together, not apart, because if they go in two different directions, they're going to rip apart your chariot, which is you. Okay. So, Gemini, good work. Great stuff. So, Cancer. Oh, interesting. Cancer. The Ten of Swords fell out. The Ten of Swords throw shows that there's an overwhelm of thoughts, an overwhelm of ideas. You're just overwhelmed so far that sometimes it can be difficult to cope. Okay. You're a feeling person. And when thoughts enter your head, you need to sort them out. You need to deal with them. You don't want these people that get entertained by a bajillion thoughts. You're one of these people that needs to let those thoughts, right, be filtered out. You need to understand that you're being overwhelmed and you need to do something emotional, all right, because you're a feeler and you need to process those thoughts, whether it's through journaling, whether it's through meditation, whatever it may be. You need to stop being overwhelmed by your thoughts, stop being overwhelmed by your mind. Okay. So that card's there. So let's have a look. What does Cancer need to clear in 2026? What does Cancer need to complete in 2026? And what does Cancer need to create in 2026? So three cards that we've got, okay? Here's the first card, okay? First thing you need to understand is that, yes, there's been struggles, right? You need to let go of their struggles, right? And there's struggles on your energy, okay? You've been keeping on top of them. It's time to clear those out of your system, clear those out of your life. Get rid of those things that have been causing you struggle on your energy, okay? What you need to complete, okay? We've seen the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Here we go. Upright, as I said, it's about understanding that you've got a lot already. You have an abundance. You're almost there to take that next step. What the nine reversed suggests to you is right now, you need to work a little bit harder. So there is a need of hard work. I need to show that you've been working hard. So when it comes to a business side of things, right, you need to be proud of what you put your hard work into. And you need to keep working hard with pride and you need to show with pride. So you need to complete that discussion within yourself. You need to complete that conversation that you can't. Because if you don't, then you're not going to feel this abundance within you. Okay. You need to be proud of the work you complete. Okay. Cancer, that's really important. So you need to go in and have this conversation, say to me, okay, I'm going to settle this once and for all. So when I say completion, it's about getting it settled once and for all. The difference between completion and clearing is getting it out. Completing is getting it settled, coming to an agreement, coming to a decision, coming to an action point, right? Which is what creation's about. Okay, Cancer. This is the Queen of Cups. This is one of your cards. Okay. Queen of Cups upright is someone who's able to use their emotion. She is the emotional side of emotion. The Queens represent emotion, the Cups represent emotion. So she's very powerful with channeling her emotions, right? And reflecting. Upside down, what you need to create is places for yourself which are not dark emotionally, places where you can rise into the light and shine forth that love. Okay. Because there is going to be susceptibilities for you to kind of dip. Okay, for you to go into the darkness, for you to retreat into that. And that's okay. Sometimes you need the darkness so you can see the stars. But for you, it's not about going into the darkness, it's about staying in that darkness, right? We need to bring you back into the light. So you need to create for yourself things, activities, feelings that will bring you back into the light so you can shine your brightest and give the most into this world. Okay, so that's you, Cancer. Well done. Good work there. Okay, let's go. Leos, let's have a look at you, Leos. Okay, what's happening with Leo? Okay. What does Leo need to clear? What does Leo need to complete? What does Leo need to create? Okay. In 2026, here's what you've got to do. Leo, the first thing you need to do is you need to get out of your system all the celebrations. Okay. It's not about the celebrations that you need to stop having, but understand those things that you once celebrated are no longer there. It's time for you to let go. It's time for you to get them out of your system. It's time for you to say goodbye. Okay. Enjoy the celebrations, enjoy the experiences. The memories will always be with you. The feelings will always be with you. But the time for, you know, being in celebration seems to be that celebration spirit needs to be cleared out of your system now. Not in a bad way. I'm not saying you shouldn't be celebrating your life, but don't be stuck in the past. Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing is that what you need to complete for yourself is this free flow. So things are coming to completion. You need to go back and look at those things, right? And completion isn't about stopping. It's also about reflecting and understanding what worked for you and how you can now finish that up and use that to drive you forward. Clearing is about getting it out of your system. Remember, completion is about making a decision. So you need to be decisive about what it is, right? What it is that you need to do to create more flow in your life, which is perfect because I'm a flow guy, right? But this is all about flow. Decide what gives you the flow and commit. Okay. Now, what you need to create for yourself The Emperor has come up. Emperor, as I said, is the king of kings. It's time for you to stop playing, find those things that give you the flow, and then go out and create. Okay, something big. Create your empire. Be the emperor. Okay, be the emperor. Be the one who's ready to go out and get what they really need. Leo, you're a fighter. Okay, you are not afraid of going out there. Okay, so if you need to be ready for going out and striving hard for what you want to do, then it's time to do that. Okay, be the emperor. Be the master or the mistress of your domain. Okay, this is your world. It's yours for the taking. Go out and get it. It's a beautiful card. Time to stop playing. Okay. Enjoy by all means. Time to get back into the flow and time to go out there and claim what you've been wanting to do for a long time. Leo, this is a powerful reading. Okay. Very, very powerful reading. So good work. Okay. Leo, that's amazing. Virgo, let's have a look at you. Okay. What does Virgo need? 2026. Okay. Remember, if it's your sun, if it's your moon, if it's your rising sign or your ascendant, okay, these may apply to you. You pick the one which works for you, whichever one calls you the most. See, I know some people are called by their moon signs, some people are called by their sun signs. I'm called by my ascendant, right? So I always identify with my ascendant a lot more than I do with my house and with my moon. So there you go. So whatever calls to you. Now, Virgo, what do you need to clear? What do you need to complete? What do you need to create? Okay. So the first thing that you need to clear, okay, Virgo, this is your card, the Hermit. Okay. The Hermit's reversed. Okay. So the Hermit upright means you're insightful. Okay. You've gone in, you've reached in, you've gone in and decided to figure out what it is that you need to reflect upon. You've done a lot of soul searching, you've done a lot of seeking, you've taken a lot of solitude. Okay. What you need to do now is come out of solitude. What you need to do now is stop thinking, stop soul searching. In fact, it may be that spiritually you're not able to soul search anymore. So what you need to do is go back to what you know, go back to those things that give you the strength and the power to be able to go and take action. Okay. So this is about not taking time to reflect anymore. It's time to finish the reflections. You might have come to a natural conclusion. You might feel that you can't go any deeper. That's okay. There will be other opportunities. It's time for you to now go back, rein in your strengths, and go and take action. Okay. That's what you need clear. So clear that conversation that you need to keep going internally. That's not the time. Clear that out of your system. Okay. What you need to do right now, what you need to complete is the things that are holding you back, the sadness. Okay. The sadness that's holding you back, the completion, make a decision, right? That it's time to feel the grief, to feel that pain, to feel that loss, to feel that sadness. Let it drive you, let it be completed within you. The things that you have lost over this last year. Okay. It could be people, it could be places, it could be things, it could be dreams, ambitions, desires, those things that make you feel that sense of loss. It's time to come and have a honest conversation with them and bring them to completion and time for you to move forward. It's a time for change, right? Big changes are happening in your life right now in 2026. You need to go and be proactive about that. What you need to create for yourself. We've got the King of Cups reversed. The King of Cups upright is someone who's mastered their emotions and are able to apply it practically. Okay, what it says over here is you need to be careful. In 2026, you're going to be susceptible to being impractical, and probably because you've had to come out of self reflection, because you've had to deal with something that's been lost. It's time for you now to understand that it's your emotions can be practical. Okay, don't get caught into sad states. Don't be lingering in sad states. You need to create things that will allow you to channel those emotions. Okay, Virgo, channel those emotions into something beautiful that you can create and master. Okay, be practical with your emotions. It's going to be too easy to wallow in the past. It's going to be too easy to wallow in sadness. Okay, it's time to stop that. Okay, it's time for you to go and create a new dimension for yourself, a new direction for yourself based on you putting those emotions into what you want to create. Okay. And you can do it. You can do it. It seems it's going to be a lot of processing to do. It's a very emotionally deep reading for you. 2026 has got a lot of emotions for you to process. The emotions of sadness and loss tend to be quite big on them. Okay. So grieve what you got to grieve, come out of your shell, stop isolating, and they use that sadness to drive you forward to create something practical. Use it in a good way. Okay. Use your powers for the force of good. Okay. Well done, Virgo. Okay. Well done. Okay. Libra. Let's have a look at you, Libra. Last three. Okay. What does Libra need to clear? What does Libra need to complete? What does Libra need to create? Okay. Let's have a look. So Libra, what you need to clear. Strength, powerful, beautiful card. You've been working with things, okay? You've been powerful spiritually, okay? So now what you need to do is use that spiritual stuff to guide you forward and use that as a strength. Use that as the strength says the lady's taming the beast, right? She's taming the lion, okay? She is a powerful, pure person. So what needs to be cleared out of your system is that it's not, right? The fighting that you've been doing, the struggles that you've had, Libra, it's time to gain strength from them and let go of the struggle, but grab hold of the strength. Okay. That's what you need to clear. Clear the struggle, but hold the strength. What you need to complete, very spiritual reading over here. It's the High Priestess reverse. Upright, the High Priestess is about intuition. Okay. The High Priestess is about revelation of secrets. Okay. The secrets that come out of your mind, that come out of your dreams, the things that get revealed to you. Okay. What's happening over here, what you need to complete is the fact that you're not having those secrets revealed to you because there's a lack of trust in yourself, because you're not harnessing what you've done, what you've got. Okay. So you need to grab a hold of those tools in your life, use those to drive you forward, and those intuitions will start to reveal themselves. So what you need to complete is rather than going in and reflecting, you need to now start taking action as well. Okay. So both of these things about taking action, using your strengths, using the tools, spiritually, there's a big shift for you happening. Okay. So what you're clearing out, your past and your present and your future, we'll have a look at what you need to create for yourself in a second. There is some spiritual shifts happening. For you, it's to go back and use what you've already got, and that will help to further your insights, your intuitions, and a lot more secrets will be revealed to you. Okay, spiritual shifts happening. What you need to create for yourself, the Hermit reversed, three major arcana. Okay, so we've got these three big picture cards. We've got 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so what I can say for you, 2026 is going to be a year of big spiritual growth. So what you need to create for yourself. So we've spoken about the Hermit reverse before. The Hermit is about going within. Okay. The Hermit is about going within and grasping what you've got. Okay. Learning about yourself. It's about digging deep. It's about spiritual growth. It's about personal growth. It's about solitude. Again, reversed. Time to come out of that solitude and use what you've been struggling with, right? From what you've completed. Okay. Use those tools to create and then go out there and apply it. So you need to actually go out with vigor, Libra. You need to go out there and show your strength. Okay. You need to go out there and use those insights to make the impact. And it's a big spiritual growth journey for you this year. Okay. So Libra, fantastic work. Good stuff there. Now we're going to go into Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio. Okay. Let's have a look. What's happening for Scorpio in 2026? Okay. What does Scorpio need to clear, complete, and create? So for those of you who identify with Scorpio, the moon, the sun, or the ascendant, this is for you. So Scorpio, what do you need to clear? What do you need to complete? What do you need to create? Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, Scorpio, first thing you need to do, what you need to clear is the six of Cups. Six of Cups is about security, those things that make you feel safe. Like when you were a child, okay? Those things that made you feel safe as a child. You've been looking for those things in your life. It's time for you to clear that feeling of, hey, of insecurity, right? Hold on to what those things were if you remember them, but don't be stuck in them, okay? Don't be trapped in your past. That's the first thing I'm going to say for you. Scorpio, what you're going to do is those things that you once had, it's time to clear it away. It's time to accept that it's time to grow, okay? What you need to complete. Wow. This is my blank card. So this basically says the universe doesn't want you to know what to complete just yet. It's not for me to tell you. So I can't say any more on that. What's for completion? It's a mystery. You're going to discover this as you clear things away. Okay. And as you start creating, and what are you going to create? Over here, there's change in the way you're thinking, right? There's change in the way you're thinking. So what we've got is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords, you see a man with, I say he's got crazy hair. The wind is blowing. The clouds look crazy as well, okay? What he's doing is picking up swords, and these people have left their swords. They've dropped the swords, and this guy's picking them up. When we think of swords and we think of warriors, they usually go out and clash swords and then fight. What this person is doing is fighting a battle, but not the war. So what you need to create for yourself, Scorpio, is understand that you need to change your thinking. It's not about winning battles. It's about winning the war. You need to play a bigger game. You need to think of something which is worth you going after. Okay. So when you're talking about letting go of the insecurities or the things that once you held safe and secure, that needs to be cleared away because you've got a bigger game to play. That requires change. That change is going to be uncomfortable, especially in your mind. Okay. What you need to complete is unknown. Scorpio, you've got big growth ahead of you in this practical world. Your mind needs to think, your emotions need to shift, and the universe has got something big in store for you to complete. So this year is going to be a year of completing mystery. Okay, good. Good work, Scorpio. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's have a look at what you need to clear, what you need to complete, and what you need to create. Okay. Okay. For 2026, what does Sagittarius need to clear? What does Sagittarius need to complete? What does Sagittarius need to create? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so turning it down, the first card that we need to clear, a lot of grief. Wow. This year, there's a lot of people needing to let go of sadness, okay? So you need to let go of the sadness that's been holding you back in your life. Like as I said, the Five of Cups is about emotional change. So those things that have once held you back, that are keeping you sad, this man's wearing black. The black indicates darkness, sadness, depth, despair, okay? It indicates grief. Look at those three cups that you've lost. You've lost the contents of that, but don't forget what you've already got. It's time for you to let go. It's time for you to clear away the sadness out of your life. What you need to complete with yourself. Okay, this moon's come out a couple of times. So Sagittarius, the moon's reversed. Upright, the moon means, hey, you look, you need to grow. Is a spiritual growth which is taking place by you going below the surface of your emotions and looking at what's really gnawing away at you, what's really playing at your unconscious mind. Okay. Reversed, it means, hey, look, you need to go back to a fresh approach. You need to clear things away and you need to go back to that stillness. You can own once you've got that stillness, have that conversation then to go and face what's holding you back. So first go back to stillness, go back to purity, go back to catharsis. That's what I've said. You know, the moon reversed is about going back to that cathartic state. So cry those tears, right? Have those tantrums that you need to have. Be responsible about them. Okay. But if you need to go out and punch a punching bag, not people. Okay. So you need to get the emotions out of your system so that you've got a catharsis. And once those surface level emotions are gone, then you can start going below the surface. So good work there. Okay. What you need to create for yourself, what we've got is the Page of Cups reversed. Upright, the Page of Cups is about using those ideas in a soft, subtle way to further your emotions. Use your emotions and your ideas together so they further each other. Okay. Drive your ideas with your emotions. Okay. But upside down, it's basically saying that things are a little bit out of balance. So for you also, it's about harnessing your mind and your heart. Okay. Because they're a bit out of balance. And when your mind overruns your heart, you tend to be overthinking, Sagittarius, right? So this is not about overthinking. This is about being true to yourself. This is about looking at your emotions face on. So you need to create something which gives you that emotional recognition of the journey that you've been on. There's been sadness, okay? You've got to let that go, okay? There's some stuff under the surface that you need to face. And then what you need to do is you need to bring those in alignment, your thoughts, right? And your emotions. Go under the surface, look at that. And then once with those insights, create something which allows you to harness the two together, okay? To align the heart and the mind. This is a big theme in 2026 for a lot of people, okay? Because at the moment, it seems like your mind is overriding your emotions. So you need to be careful of that. Don't let your mind override your emotions. Let your mind and your emotions come together. Sagittarius, well done. Good work. So that's our 12 houses, 12 constellations reading. Every sign has had a reading done. So this was a bit of fun. This is a bit of play. Use this to guide you, okay? And I want you to see it as guidance, not as absolute truth, because it's a very high level reading. If you want something which is a bit deeper, okay, especially if you're looking to clear blockages in your business, if you're looking for that guidance and the intuition, then I'm happy to help you out. Please hit me up, okay? There's a number of things that we can do to reveal what's actually blocking you. So this is very high level. This is like super, super high level. And I want you guys to understand that. What I want you to do is if you need help to go deeper, then what we can do is use business intuition, all right, to actually go deeper, to unveil those things that are actually holding you back from getting where you want to do, uncover those blind spots, okay? We want to reveal the blind spots because that's what these tools allow you to do. And once we've unveiled those blind spots, once we've uncovered those blind spots, everything will make more sense. Energetically, things will get cleared out. Mind will expand. and you'll be able to apply new strategies to go to where you need to go. If you're interested in that, please like, comment below. Please hit me up directly. Okay. I'm more than happy to help you. My contact details are in the comments below. Have a wonderful 2026. Okay. I hope this is giving you some insight into what's possible, what's necessary. And if you've got any questions, whatever, hit me up. All the best for the new year. Much love from me. Bye for now.